Hi friends, today I wanted to give you a little look-see into what our portfolio for the end of the year evaluation looks like. And it's also something that I put together for posterity, something to reference for future years with my boys as well. So this is what it ended up looking like, and I'm going to go ahead and do a flip through so that you can see it. Before we dive into the flip through, let's go over what needs and doesn't need to be in your evaluation portfolio. And in case you haven't checked it out, I have a video on how to homeschool in Florida, and you can check it out in the link that I've posted above and below. In that video, I go into lots of specifics on how we started our year to set ourselves up to start organizing right from the beginning. So what's really needed, and in particular, what's needed in Florida, because that's where I'm from. But if you need specifics on your state, I highly suggest that you visit the HSLDA website, and I'll link it below for you. Now, if you are watching this video, I'm assuming that you're planning to keep an evaluation portfolio, which means that you're most likely homeschooling under the homeschool statute. And the statute requires 4 things: that you file a letter of intent at the beginning of your homeschool year, that you maintain a portfolio, that you have the child evaluated at the end of the homeschool year, and that you file a notice of termination. Now, what to actually maintain in the portfolio though? So what you need to do, according to statute, is keep a log of educational activities, a list of the books and curriculums used, and samples of the students' work. Pretty simple, huh? And you need to keep this portfolio for 2 years in case your portfolio needs to be evaluated by the superintendent or his agent, according to the HSLDA website. So to keep things easy for me, I made cover pages for each subject so that I could just insert things as we progress through the year. And I have to say, that was really, really helpful. It made this last bit of organizing at the end of the year really easy. So let's go into it. Let me show you what I put together and finally get into the flip through. Stick around until the end because I do have a little bit of an exit interview with my rising second grader, and I show her a little gift I got her. So we switched our Homeschool 2020-2021 binder to this bigger, thicker one. And this is our cover page where Kiara went ahead and wrote her name in cursive. Okay, the next couple of pages have a lot of personal information, so I've gone ahead and whited them out. But it's just to give you an idea that this is where our letter of intent is placed, some correspondence through email, our final evaluation is here, and then you don't need to keep your health records, but I went ahead and put it in there since when we did her last checkup, they gave me all that information anyways. So then the next couple of pages are about attendance. What I did was at the very beginning of the year, I went ahead and I mapped out on a calendar what were the weeks that we were going to be on, like 1, 2, 3, 4. Not sure if you can see that. 5, 6, we pretty much did every 6 weeks and then 1 week off, and then every 6 weeks and 1 week off. We had more weeks off as Christmas rolled around. So you'll see here this week was off, this week over here was off. And then toward the end of the year, we had a little bit more liberty. We were supposed to end, for example, on this 36th week. And we ended up taking 2 more weeks just to go ahead and finalize everything and finish everything off until the end of May. Okay, and so then the state of Florida doesn't mandate that we keep an attendance record. But I did, honestly, just for the fun of it, because I like checking things off. It's just my personality, and I know how many days in the school year we completed. The next thing we have is our curriculum book list. This is something that we need as part of your evaluation portfolio, a list of all the books. but you don't need to make it so pretty. You can just, do a normal Word document and have all the books listed there. This is pretty easy for me to do though. It's kind of like just copy and paste from the curriculum that we're using. But I did go ahead and print out all the information that is straight from the curriculum, and I'll show you when it comes up. But anyway, so I have the curriculum book list here, the reading log that we did, and then kind of to go along with the reading, these are all our free reads. And then we did mini book reviews for each free read that we did. And then we have our strengths and challenges and goals, which actually we should finish off. We should do like an end of the year one. But we did this at the very beginning of the year, where it talks about what her strengths are, what her challenges are that she knows she has to work on, and what are the goals. So my goals for the year from the perspective of the student, and then my teacher goals from my perspective. Then we have some field trip logs, and I did different ones for her, and whenever I could, I kept something to remember it by. I had her do this throughout the year, and so that's where we have those. And then this is where the school schedule comes in. This is where I went ahead and I put at the very beginning what our exams were, and I just filled this in as the year went on, obviously. And then this is where our entire weekly schedule is. So this is the most up-to-date one, which you can see was getting lazy with coloring it in. I just made sure that we got certain things done all the time, but in any case, this is where our weekly schedule is. To give you an idea, here, let me go to one of these. For example, for our weekly schedule, the way that I set this up for myself was by subject and then the days of the week. Now, for Ambleside Online in particular, let me show you. They give you this on the website, which is amazing. But it's week by week. So I had a really hard time when I first started looking at this thing, like, what do I make sure I get done in a day? Am I overworking her? Am I not? So I went ahead and I spread it out throughout the week. That usually meant that we had 2 to 3 readings every single day. So for example, Monday was something within religion, something within natural history, literature, and then we always did poetry. So from here on are things that we tried to do every single day. And then from here up are different readings that are spread out throughout the week. We school 4 days a week, so Monday through Thursday, and Fridays are our flex day. It's the day that I go over geography concepts. If we have time, we'll do poetry tea time. If I see she had issues with math, we'll go over some sort of math issue or math problems. And we always do our nature study on Fridays. Okay, this is the curriculum. I wanted to go ahead and put the schedule of Exploring Nature with Children because that was the base nature study curriculum that we followed for this year. And I went ahead and I put a copy of the schedules for our composer study, artist study, the folk song schedule, which actually is not complete, I just realized that, and our hymn schedule. And then these are the things that I copied straight from Ambleside Online in case I needed to reference them. So for instance, this is term 1, term 2, and term 3. And then this is the actual curriculum, line by line, straight from Ambleside Online. And remember, this is an evaluation portfolio, so I wanted to make sure that all of this was in here in case I did need to physically show it to the evaluator. And so begins our subject by subject section. This is geography. So I just put our geography test, like the first term. What I did, I went ahead and I hand wrote that one. And then in this one, I did type it up because I went ahead and I did these by audio, and then I transcribed them later. Next is history. Again, I transcribed these from audio as well. And I put the dates on them. Samples of her copy work. These were her exams that I did. But I have a lot of other pieces that I could have put in here as well from her copy workbook. Literature, language arts. I put some assessments in here for language arts. Math. So I went ahead and I put some of our worksheets, assessments that she did, her final assessment from the entire level. And then nature study, I just go ahead and reference our book. But I also have just, a few pieces here of things that we went over. Poetry, I went ahead and I put the poems studied and learned and memorized throughout the terms. Term 1 was Robert Louis Stevenson. Term 2 was A.A. Milne. And term 3 was from the Oxford Poetry book. Religion the same. I have our terms transcribed, our exams transcribed here. And then I also have things from her catechism class, the prayers that she learned, things to remember terms that she learned. Then foreign language, her transcribed exams, some worksheets that she worked on as well for vocabulary. Put more than I needed to here. And science actually goes hand in hand with nature study, so I am going to take that out. And art went hand in hand with nature study as well. And that's it, guys. That was our evaluation portfolio. So tell me, what's your name? Tell our friends what your name is.
Kiara.
Say it to the camera.
Kiara.
And how old are you, Kiara?
I'm 7.
She's 7. And this year was a different kind of year, right? Because we schooled at home. We did a curriculum called Ambleside Online. You knew that though, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what did you think? How did you like this year schooling at home?
Good.
That's it? Just good?
Great good.
Great good. Okay, we got one more word in there. Another
Great
adjective. Okay, how about this? Tell me one thing that you really liked.
Perfect good.
Perfect. One thing you really liked and one thing that you didn't really like so much.
I didn't like it when you were like, come on, Kiara, you know the answer to this question? It's like you just did it.
You know, I'm gonna be better about that. Because you know that when someone knows the answer, that's happened to you before when Mateo's reading and he's working through the word and he's going letter by letter and he just can't get a letter and you're just like, it's a T! It's T! You know what I'm talking about. You can't hold it. Mommy has to we both have to get better with this. What's something that you really did like that we did?
I really liked that we did nature study every Friday or poetry tea time.
But sometimes we did both. If you could change something for next year, what would you change?
I would change my brain into a calculator.
You don't like doing mental math? We're gonna get better with our math facts this summer. We're gonna try to get our math facts down. I have something for you to look at. I was going to put pictures throughout your evaluation portfolio. But instead I made this.
Cool. Which grade homeschool you from 2020 to 2021?
Pictures of your work and you working, sometimes with me, sometimes with your brothers, sometimes with your father, but mostly they're all pictures of you. It's kind of like a mini yearbook.
So this is poetry tea time.
Remember when we actually grew a pepper in our garden?
Have you ever ate that?
Yeah, we ate it. We put it into food, but these are spicy, so you didn't eat it. What are you doing here?
I'm weaving.
That was the first time you learned how to weave, right?
I had intentions of showing an arc of learning by inserting photos of each subject within the evaluation portfolio, but that project became a yearbook instead. You know what? I'm really glad that it did. I loved spending this time reminiscing with my daughter, laughing about memories from this past year, and just like basking in this moment. I think I accidentally may have just created a yearly tradition for us here.
What does that
You
say?
are stronger and braver than you think, and more loved than you will ever. No, I won't.
Forever and ever, my baby Obi.
I'm not a baby.
You'll always be my baby.
A lot of you out there have asked me for the schedule. This is a schedule that I kind of married from Ambleside Online, and then also I've added in my own math curriculum and my own religion curriculum, and also what else have I added? As the terms have gone on, I've actually added to it. So I encourage you, download it, look it over. There's probably going to be things that you need to erase and redo, but it's a good set of bones for you to work off of for your own homeschool needs. So it'll be completely editable, and all you need is an Excel program in your own computer to be able to edit it out. So I'll go ahead and I'll post that link below, and it'll send you to my website where you can go ahead and get that off of my website for yourself. What else? It's been a really great year. I've had so much fun. I really love doing this. So many people tell me it just looks like a lot of work. I mean, everything is work in this world, and so it might as well be work that you enjoy, and I really enjoyed this. I mean, it's been challenging. It's helped me to grow. It's helped our family to grow, and we've really bonded and loved this year together. And I hope that you see that through these videos. I wanted to put something out there that made all of this seem possible. It made it something tangible, something that you can say, hey, you know, I see what she's doing. I can do that too, because you can. And maybe not exactly what I do, but you know, fit it into the style that fits your home and your needs and your priorities. And I really hope that that's what these videos have helped you to see. If you guys have any questions, please put them down below. If I am not able to answer them, I hope that other mamas will check out the comments below and help as well, so we can start building up that community and helping one another out. Because honestly, without other homeschooling mamas out there, I think I would have been lost, so lost this year. And I'm just so grateful for other videos like this, that I was able to get that knowledge and educate myself and empower myself to do what I was able to do this year. And I continue forward, looking forward to next year and learning ever more and just diving deep and really enjoying my kids and getting that second education myself. That's been great too. So anyways, I hope to see you around in the next video, and yeah, I'll see you soon. See ya.
Someone told me this morning that you and I look like twins. You think that's true? No? Yes.
We have the same color hair, and We have a lot
We
of
have
the
curly
same
hair.
clothes. We have a lot of the same clothes. We have the same color
You need to
eyes.
speak up louder so that the
We
camera
have the
can
same color eyes.
Don't go to your eyes. Your eyes. This is very sensitive area. You can't be doing it to your poor eyes. So